The third obstacle is personal commitment. Sometimes we are personally committed to the person making a truth claim. And that affinity, that loyalty, that effective involvement keeps us from making good judgment calls. It keeps us from making good evaluations. It keeps us from being critical thinkers. Because if our mother says it, our father, our parents, if a loved one is the one making the argument, if it's somebody, our pastor, or somebody we respect deeply, well, we're more prone to not even question whether what is being said is true or not. And it's a big obstacle to critical thinking. We have to overcome that when we are considering truth claims. Our relationship to whomever is making the truth claim is irrelevant to the fact that it is either true or not, it is either a good argument or not. And we need to be able to overcome that. The fourth obstacle is ideological or political allegiance. Sometimes we need to toe the party line. And you see that in politics all the time. A politician may not agree with everything that his party platform presents, but he's got to toe the party line. If he goes against the party line, he will lose key relationships he needs to be able to do his job. So a politician may hear a very persuasive argument on why abortion should not be something that is legal, but if his party line is that we need to keep abortions legal, that will keep him from thinking critically, or at least, even if he does think critically, from accepting or admitting that he agrees with our position or the position of the argument. We need to be able to understand that ideological or political allegiances are not a good reason to dismiss an argument or to accept an argument. We need to be able to evaluate it in and of its own, regardless of how it makes other people feel. The fifth objection is personal bias. Sometimes what we're talking about means a lot to us personally. Sometimes the veracity of a claim stands to produce for us a lot of pleasure or a lot of benefit. And in those situations, we want it to be true. We want it to be true, so our personal bias blinds us from seeing that something is not true. The same is the case when it really damages us or hurts us that something be true. And so to avoid that, we dismiss it. We don't consider it. We don't think critically. These are obstacles that we need to have present in our mind and do everything we can to overcome them. And the final one is wishful thinking. Sometimes we just want something to be true, really, really bad. We want it to be true so bad that we think it's true, regardless of whether it's true or not. Our wishful thinking, our desires, our ability to just imagine how amazing things are if this is true would keep us from being critical thinkers. These are 6 obstacles to critical thinking that we really need to consider. Keep in the back of your mind as you evaluate truth claims. It doesn't matter where they come from, who's behind them, how people feel about them, how you feel about it. It doesn't matter if it's against the flow or not. It doesn't matter if there's peer pressure or not. All of these things are irrelevant to whether something is true or not. I'm Dr. Juan Valdez with Academy of Hope, and that wraps up Obstacles to Critical Thinking.